Soumya from Techedumaster near 𝗂𝗀𝗧 Medical College, 𝗂𝗀𝗧. So today I would like to give some information regarding the tenses which we are using in OET writing. Okay. So tenses as such we have a lot of subdivisions, but in OET we will be using only 4 type of tenses, which are the simple present, simple past, present perfect and past perfect. So these are the tenses which we usually use in OET letter writing. Okay, the commonly used tenses in OET writing. So let's go in detail with these tenses. So when to use the simple present tense? When we will be using simple present tense, simple tenses as such will be using in order to describe an action which is happening right now or happens regularly. So when it comes to OET, where we can use simple present tense when we are writing about a social history, he lives alone, or Mr. X smokes 3 cigarettes per day. So these are the things which happens regularly, so you can go for using simple present tense. Then comes when to use another type of simple, like when another place where we have to use simple present tense is like when you are writing about today's visit, when you are writing about the condition of the patient at present. Okay, you can go for using simple present tense. Or when it comes to the letter structure, when you are writing about today's visit, you can go for writing. And when you are writing body paragraphs, like when you are going to write about the social history, family history, or about any allergic problems or allergic history, you can go for writing simple present tense. Okay, now the next tense is simple past tense or a past indefinite tense. When to use this type of tenses? This tense is used to describe a finished or a completed action that happened at a specific point in the past. For example, what was the condition when the patient was initially presented to the clinic or initially presented to the hospital? Like initially Mr. X presented with a complaint of painful swelling in the knee joint. Okay, so when you want to write about a particular event that happens during, like earlier, which has been finished, okay, which has been completed, you can go for using simple past tense. Okay, during like initial visits, subsequent visits, these type of things, you can go for using simple past tense. Okay, now comes when to use present perfect tense. This tense used to describe an event that started in the past and is still going on. Okay, when you want to say something like that, you can go for using present perfect tense. Okay, so mainly there are 3 types of present perfect tenses, like present perfect simple present perfect, or a progressive present perfect progressive tense will be there, or sometimes present perfect passive tense will be there. Okay, these are the 3 types of present perfect tenses. Okay, so what is this present perfect simple present perfect? That will be like has or have plus past participle, like with ed forms, like I have treated Mr. X for the last 3 years. Okay, when you want to write such things, you can go for using simple present perfect tense. And when it comes to present perfect progressive tense, you have to go for using has or have plus been plus ing form of the verb, like I have been treating. Okay, earlier when it was simple present perfect, it was I have treated, but when it comes to progressive tense, you need to say that I have been treating. Okay, treating Mr. X for the past 3 or 4 years. Okay, then comes present perfect and passive form. How? Has or have plus been plus past participle of the verb. How you can say when it comes to passive, you can say that Mr. X has been treated in this hospital for the past 3 years. Okay, Mr. X has been treated in the hospital for the past 3 years. Okay, these are the 3 types of present perfect tense. Okay, another thing is that sometimes you may need to use since, for or over when you are using present perfect tenses. Okay, I can give an example for that one. When you are using for, how you can write a sentence when you are using for? You can write like I have been treating Mr. X for the last 3 years. And when you want to use the verb since, how you can write I have been treating this patient since 2004. When it comes to over, how you can write Mr. X's condition has deteriorated over the past 2 months, over the past 2 weeks, whatever it is. Okay, when you want to say about, like when you are saying a change that happens over a period of time, it's always better to go for writing. Like when weight gain happens, or when weight loss happens, you can go for writing over the past 2 months or over the past 2 weeks. Okay, so in such situations you can go for using that one. Another type of tense is past perfect tense. When to use this tense? This tense is used to describe a past action that already finished when another past action happened, or it is used to describe an event that happened before a particular time in the past. Okay, or else this tense can be used to describe an event that happened before the previous visit of the patient. Okay, example, the patient has some visits. Okay, first visit, second visit, third visit, fourth visit, and today's visit. So these are the visits that the patient has. Okay, so how you can go for writing? On the subsequent visit on so and so date, Mr. X's condition has improved. Okay, so in this example, the patient condition was improved before this particular date. That means the date which we are writing. Okay, like if we are writing like on the subsequent visit on so and so date, imagine that the date is 1/1/2010. Okay, so that means the patient's conditions was improved before 1/1/2010. Okay, means the day of the visit. Okay, so I hope that is clear. So when to use past perfect tense in OET letter? It can be used during the initial visit and when subsequent visits are there. Okay, so I hope that is clear.